So this is what being back in YouTube feels like. Oh, cheers. Alright, so I know that I missed a lot of fucking shit. I've been gone for a very, 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 very long time doing weeb shit, because I'm a fucking weeb. So let's just fucking go ahead and rattle off quick. Let's be quick about this, and let me just tell you all the shit, of my opinions, on just the big shit that's happened in the past whatever. So KSI versus Genji. Genji should have shut his fucking mouth, because it would have all just fucking ended if he did that. James Charles thing got so fucking overblown. It's fucking YouTube. People are going to promote themselves in any portal way, and people are going to find a way to cash out. I don't know why this was overblown, so this the whole thing was fucking retarded. Pro Jared, he's the pedophile, the asshole. The Trisha Paytas thing, she doesn't deserve fans. If she's going to treat her fans that way, she needs to fucking go ahead and just stop and it's no. And while I can understand why Tfue wants more money, he has to understand that the contract he signed was also a contract in which he was a small content creator. The phase that when he signed with FaZe brought him up to that point. That money that he got, with 80-20 split, was for his value, and his value was not the size that he is now. That was for Tfue back then, not Tfue now. So, Tfue bitching about this kind of doesn't make sense. And honestly, he should have gone ahead and waited out his contract like Ninja did when he was with Luminosity. Alright, now that we got all that shit away, and I'm pretty sure... Oh yeah, also, fuck the dude who did that old Adpocalypse thing. I get his point, but he was probably a cash cow. Now that we all have... We've gotten rid of all that bullshit, and I'm pretty sure this shit that I forgot, but now that we've gotten past all that bullshit, let's go ahead and let's talk about the shit that we need to talk about this week. This is the Crap Rap Recap. Alright, so the first thing that we were going to talk about is OJ Simpson made a Twitter. Apparently, I was on Twitter fucking a couple of days ago, and OJ Simpson was tweeting, and I thought something big happened, but he just created a fucking Twitter. Apparently, Twitter blew up and was, like, freaking out about it. OJ Simpson made a Twitter. Good for you, mate, I guess. The only thing I'm concerned about, though, is the fact that he went off and said some shit in his first video tweet saying that he has some deals to make up or some fucking something to get even with. Next on the agenda, we have to talk about the whole Dr. Disrespect thing that happened. So, Dr. Disrespect is a Twitch streamer. He's like a really big Twitch streamer. And he was at E3, which happened not too long ago. And what he did was he was going around, he was live streaming himself at E3, and he ended up walking into the bathroom while he was live streaming. This obviously does not help with fucking Twitch TOS or the law, because it is illegal to record in the bathroom. Henceforth, his Twitch was banned or suspended, and his E3 pass was revoked. Now, I've seen so many fucking people complain about how this is bad, this is horrible, and other people complain that this is good, whatever, like he shouldn't have done that. My personal opinion, he broke the fucking law. He broke the law, no matter if he did it on purpose or not, which personally, I don't think he did it on purpose. It doesn't seem like there was anything malicious behind it, and thank God that he didn't fucking film any penises or underage kids' penises, but basically, he broke the law. Whether he wanted to or not, he broke the law. So, it does warrant a suspension, and it does warrant his E3 pass being revoked. I do think, however, after some time, that he does get his stuff back. I think he should get his Twitch back, and I do think that he should get his E3 back. I think that it's a mistake, so it still needs to be punished, but I don't think he needs to be permanently banned, or he should never come back to E3. I think it's an honest mistake, and at least in the future, I would hope that Dr. Disrespect would be a little bit more wary, but the dude didn't do it out of, disgustingness, or he didn't do it because he wanted to. I don't think he was thinking about it. He was just live streaming. It wasn't really in his head. It was just something that he did. So, honestly, suspension, okay. Permanently banned, I don't think it's deserved. I think that he should come back after like a month. Then I think we can all agree that at least when it comes to breaking the law, that's more than fucking fair. The next story that we're going to talk about is personally my favorite story, and it's because it's so goddamn stupid. I didn't think this was a thing, and it's so stupid that it happened. So basically what happened is that DJ Khaled, the meme man himself, released his album Father of Assad, and it got number 2 on the Billboard 100. That's pretty impressive. But DJ Khaled can't be happy with the simple things in life. No, my dear friends, because DJ Khaled had to bitch and moan over the fact that his album wasn't number 1. I think number 1 at the time of when this all was happening was Billie Eilish's album. And then right under him was Igor, Tyler the Creator's album that he released. And I think that album was above him for a little bit. So DJ Khaled was bitching and moaning how like, oh, these guys, they're just this mysterious music. It doesn't matter anything. It doesn't mean anything. My music, real music, because I'm a god. I'm the god. My music, real music, because music is what I make. Another one. We the best music. DJ Khaled! Yeah, long story short, he was bitching and fucking moaning about the whole entire thing. And so this ended up leading to DJ Khaled basically filing a lawsuit, I think it was, on Billboard because his album wasn't number 1. Now you'd think that was the pinnacle of stupidity for this. But oh no, my friends. It gets much, much lower into the level of stupidity. I can't shit you this. So Billboard comes out and explains basically why his album isn't number 1. They had to not count over 100,000 of the album sales because it was bundled with an energy drink. And the energy drink company that was bundling with it was pushing this so he can become number 1. Okay. Personally, I didn't even think that bundling albums like that was even a thing. But I know Anthony Fantano talked about this, and me and him kind of share the same sentiment on this part of, I don't mind if an artist is bundling their album if it's like with merch. If you're doing it with a shirt, or you did it with the tickets, or you're doing it with something the artist made, that's fine because you're selling your thing along with that thing. I think that's at least justified that you can bundle something with something as long as you created both of those things. But to artificially inflate your record sales like this is so asinine. I would have to assume that he doesn't have the confidence into thinking that his album can reach that. And it obviously did because Billboard didn't count those 100,000 sales, so it still made number 2. That's still pretty impressive. But no, of course, this is DJ Khaled. He has to constantly whine and complain about how he's not number 1 and how he's only number 2. And over the fact that this is so asinine, it's so petty and stupid. I can't imagine. I can't understand this. I would be happy if the music I made went on number 2 on the Billboard. You fucking kidding me? Dude. God damn it. That's so goddamn mad. Fuck. Listen, Khaled, me and you, let's have a one-on-one moment. You need to not have this bullshit, alright? You need to just be happy with the smaller things around. Especially you, who's constantly preaching these stupid-ass mantras you're doing. It's just so dumb and it's so asinine. It's so ridiculous. If you don't have confidence that your album can do its sales on its own without bundling some stupid-ass energy drink, then maybe... If you don't even have confidence on your music, what should I say to the rest of the fans who are buying your music and actually enjoying it? I mean, personally, I didn't care for the fucking album, but long story short, this is a stupid story. Moving on to the next. Now, this next story fills me with joy and excitement, and I want to take a little time to get a little serious with y'all, because Nintendo announced that in the fall, we will be finally getting Banjo-Kazooie in Smash. And I could not be any happier. For someone who grew up with the Banjo-Kazooie games, for someone who Banjo-Kazooie was a big part of his life and honestly defined part of my own gaming history, it's nice to finally see Banjo-Kazooie acknowledged properly and not with that god-awful fucking game that Microsoft came out with. Like, Jesus. Honestly, it makes me so happy and just so fucking ecstatic knowing that I can finally play Banjo-Kazooie in 2019. Maybe not to the extent that I want, maybe not to the extent that many people want, but it's good enough. We can play Banjo and Smash, and I cheers to that. This goes out to you, Nintendo. I fucking love you. And that would suck here. Also, another little piece of news I wanted to touch on is, sports related. The Warriors lost. Fuck you, Warriors fans. You don't deserve any sympathy. You only deserve pain. Pain, defeat, and misery. Moving on. And now our last topic for the night, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I was fucking dreading talking about this topic, but I know I have to. I know I have to address it, because if I'm coming back to this show, there's no way I cannot address it. It's just something I gotta fucking do. Basically, it's the whole fucking Crowder situation that's been happening, and basically it's the whole Crowder and Mazda thing that's been happening with Vox and Crowder's whole ideals and attacking Mazda and Mazda. Okay, so I'm going to try to break this down as best and kind of quickly as I can. Basically, Mazda, a reporter from Vox, was being harassed by Crowder or didn't like the reviews that Crowder shared with a lot of people. And, asked YouTube to, review his videos, review his channel, and show that these homophobic and racial ideals shouldn't be shared on the platform. As that came out, YouTube said that it sucks, but all ideals need to be protected because that's how freedom of speech works. Mazda and a lot of the community obviously didn't like that and rallied a lot of people to basically fight back against that. YouTube, being bugging YouTube, sent out multiple goddamn statements right after that. That was just a jumble of mess. It was a jumble of fucking mess going back and forth from one thing to another thing to another thing. Basically, they just addressed the gist of it. Crowder is demonetized. He has to remove his shirt that says some really bad shit and also address other shit on his platform. Now, where do I stand with this topic? I remember having to think for this one. I had to think a lot for this one, and I came to this conclusion. Should Crowder be demonetized? Yes. Should Crowder not have a prominent platform or be pushed heavily by YouTube for his ideals and views? Absolutely. Should Crowder be completely deplatformed from the entirety of YouTube and social media? Absolutely not. At least the way I see it, or my philosophy in this type of thing, is these ideals only get fed and bred even more when we remove their speakers, because they use it as fuel to show that we don't want to hear them, that we don't even want to pay attention to them. And that is true. Your ideals are fucking retarded, so no goddamn shit we're gonna pay attention to them. However, I don't think it's as simple as just removing them, because while you remove them, there are still people that are gonna find ways to listen to them. Those dedicated people who believe the things that those people believe. While I think Crowder should be demonetized and not pushed heavily by YouTube, I think he should still stay on the platform. And us who don't believe in his ideals and believe the complete opposite should honestly go ahead and try to fight back against those ideals, to debate him, to debunk what he says, to basically prove that he's not right in what he says, to prove that what he's saying is not true and it's kind of asinine. With these type of things, discussion needs to happen. Discussion that breaks down his arguments and shows that he's a fraud. True, it gives him a platform, but that's just something that we have to risk in order to properly go ahead and debunk these people. Because if we don't, then they're just gonna create more and more echo chambers if we deplatform them, and it doesn't solve the problem. What solves the problem is discussion. What solves the problem is debate. What solves the problem is fucking facing the problem head on and not averting it. So no, I don't think Crowder should be deplatformed. Instead, I think there should be people who want to argue with him, who want to conversate with him, to actually debate him and actually challenge his beliefs. At least that's the way I see it. I might be fucking insane, but that's the fucking way I see it. Anyway, that was today's episode. I'm so dead. This was actually fun, but I'm so dead. I'm so dead inside. I'm dead inside. I'm dead inside. Anyway, this has been the crap lap recap. Go click links in the description. I don't fucking know. Go to bed. Go to masturbate. That's what I need after this. Good on masturbation.